The renaming of towns, cities and streets continues to spark strong public debate. The imminent renaming of East London in the Eastern Cape to KuGompo City has reignited conversations around identity, history and public consultation. Supporters say the change restores indigenous language, history, heritage and identity, while critics question the cost and timing amid ongoing service delivery challenges. Let's speak to Dr Xolisa Dr Eastern Cape Senior Provincial Manager at the Pan-South African Language Board. Good afternoon to you and thank you for your time. So we've got East London about to change and become KuGompo City. Just from a linguistic and cultural perspective, cultural identity perspective, what is sought to be served by these name changes, such as this one? We saw a couple of years ago, Port Elizabeth becoming Gqeberha and the likes.
Thank you very much for having me and good afternoon to your viewers. When it comes to us as the Pan-South African Language Board, because remember we take care and we put our money around or using the line of language. So it's to make sure that these names, they actually speak sense to us as citizens of the country. So that's our role. And also to make sure that the spelling and orthography of those names are correct, which requires us to have some kind of little bit of background on the names, on the name itself that is being proposed, and then so that we can establish the proper way of writing it, including how it will sound, So that's our role in all of this as the Pan-South African Language Board. So
is it born out of a sense that linguistic diversity is not represented enough in how we name prominent geographic names?
Yes, that's actually what this is all about when it comes to us as Pan-South. Because remember, each name has a meaning. So then when you have a name with a meaning that doesn't, actually without a meaning or with no meaning, or a name that doesn't make any sense to those who are associated with it, that's a problem, So that's why we have to make sure that the name has a meaning and it actually relates to those who actually subscribe or associate with that name.
So are you able to say more? So are you able to say a bit more, for example, about KuGompo City in terms of its meaning and resonance with residents of that area and perhaps historical and cultural ties, as well as Aberdeen becoming Xamdeboo?
Yes, if we start with KuGompo, that is coming from, for example, if you do your research around as to where does that come from, it comes from the sound. It comes from the sound that Gqom, which is from the sea. When the sea hits that cover up there. So it would make that sound that would actually be heard by people from a distance. So that one is coming from a sound more than anything else. Remember, when you name these features, there must be a significance as to what does it mean and why is it named like that. When you go to the Xamdeboo one, that one is a Khoi and San name. It comes from those family language. And around those languages, there is actually there's actually a list of them, and then now you have to find out as to which language is this. Is it a San or is it a Khoi? And so that you can establish the proper spelling. Unlike what happens with Gqeberha, because Gqeberha is also coming from the Khoi and San languages, but the spelling is a Xhosa, instead of being one of these languages.
All right, fascinating. Thank you for sharing that with us, albeit within limited time. Dr Xolisa Dr Tshongolo, Eastern Cape Senior Provincial Manager at the Pan-South African Language Board.